I was talking earlier a bit around Ruination and around what I'm sort of doing, leveling him. So at the minute, I don't need Ruination. I would like Ruination, but I don't need Ruination. The big question we're going to talk about later is he better than all of the combiners? Is he the best combiner in the game? And I still think that's a question we can sort of answer, but we've got no concrete evidence that he is the best in the game, but he could be. But here's my thinking. So Space Ape have said that when they get all the bots for a certain combiner, maybe they will consider a 5-star version. So that says to me that people are going to look at the top bots in the game. So if we're talking the best combiners in the game, we're talking maybe Ruination. So for Ruination, we're just missing Whirl. We've got all the rest in 5-stars. So I think a lot of community might vote Whirl for the next 5-star. That means we might get a 5-star Ruination. But will we? Will the apes do that with a new combiner? I don't know. After that, we're talking the likes of Magnaboss. Now, Magnaboss, we don't have any of these in 5-stars. And so, there's a long way to go. So I don't think Magnaboss will be the first or second 5-star combiner, but the first in terms of after Omega Supreme, in terms of making a 4-star into a 5-star, not a part like Omega Supreme, but making it needing the 5-star bots, which I think that's what they've said will the way it'll go. You need all the 5-star bots. So let's look at other combiners. So Streetwise is one, but I don't think people will vote for Streetwise because Defensor is not one of the top combiners in the game. And so I don't think people will vote for Streetwise. In terms of Skyrim, just missing Trailbreaker, so people might vote for Trailbreaker. In terms of Slug, they might, but Slug's not a good bot as a 5-star. It might get a rework, but Volcanicus is not the best in the game either, so I'm not sure people will vote for that. Then we're looking at likes of Computron. We've got Lightspeed and Afterbreaker both missing, so I'm not sure people are going to vote for that. And again, Computron is not the best in terms of attack, so I'm not sure people will. Opmax, we're missing Mirage. Although Opmax is decent, he's not the best, so I'm not sure people will vote for Mirage. Too many missing from the likes of Superion and Devastator, so doubtful. And far too many from Victorion. Although some con combiners need less. I think in terms of bot combiners, we're missing a few too many. And so, just from assumption, I think people will probably vote for Whirl for a 5-star Ruination to try and get that. And so, there's no rush to max out my Ruination, but I've got quite a few combiner skips. But let's just say that the apes decide that bringing a 5-star Ruination out would be too OP. They're going to look at older combiners. They're not going to look at the new combiners. They're not going to think, oh, let's bring out a 5-star Magnaboss, because Magnaboss is still relevant. They're not going to think, oh, let's bring out a 5-star Skyrain, because Skyrain is still relevant. They're going to pick one of the other combiners. And I've also said in the past, this is how I get ahead in the game, is by looking what might come to the game and saving resources. And my big thing is, if you don't need it, save it. Now, I know everyone is using their combiner skips right now for Ruination to get into 25 as soon as possible. But ask yourself, is Ruination going to make you a better player? If the answer is yes, fair enough, go and do it. But if you've got Magnaboss and you've got Skyrain, I don't think Magnaboss will make you a better player. I think he's good, but he's best in the game. Is he head and shoulders better than Magnaboss and Skyrain and Mega Supreme? I'm going to add you so much more. It's going to make you into a 300 player overnight. I'm not convinced he's that good. He's good. Maybe best in the game, but not that good. Not unbelievably amazing OP. And so, Space have got to choose one of the following combiners. The likes of Opmax, the likes of Superion, the likes of Victorion. Because they can rework those, even Defensor maybe. They can rework those, give them a 5-star ability, even Volcanicus. They can give them a 5-star ability and not make them too OP. So they can give them a 5-star ability and make them better than Magnaboss, maybe better than Magnaboss, but again, not head and shoulders, just better and bring out content where people will chase. And so me personally, I'm going to save my skips for this announcement eventually. Now, if they do decide it's Ruination, I'll have my Ruination max by then. I'll have my 25, and I'll still have my skips. I'll still have them ready. And so they choose another combiner after that. They choose that combiner. Right now, there's too many ifs and buts around 5-star combiners and who it's going to be if they do it. So my recommendation, guys, is if you don't need, and the emphasis is need, not want. If you don't need Ruination, save them skips, guys. It's very easy to be like, oh, I want to max them out as soon as possible. But another 4 weeks is not going to hurt you. Saving them skips in case they bring out a 5-star Volcanicus and yours is at 18, 19, 20. Those 4 skips will be vital. And any more you'll get in the side pass between now and then as well. So before you start using these skips willy-nilly, guys, before you start plowing them into Ruination, just think to yourself, with 5-star combiners probably on the horizon, who was basically going to choose for a 5-star combiner, and do you want to be left behind for a 5-star combiner rather than a 4-star Ruination? So think about it, guys. Carefully think before you start using skips.